Hotelier's Voice from Travel Market Life, exploring opportunity in hospitality with Ryan Haynes. Hear from the people making a difference, from revenue to operations, marketing to digitalization. Learn the thinking behind their decisions.
In this episode, we are in the New Forest at the new Park Manor. We're going to discover what this hotel has to offer as part of the luxury family hotels. We're going to be meeting the hotel manager, Byron Fiddler, to have a bit more of an exploration of the hotel and its grounds. So let's get going, shall we? Tell me a bit about New Park Manor. What's the amenities? What do you have here at the hotel?
So we're family focused. We're 25 bedrooms. We've got a fully operational spa, 2 restaurants. We've got the winery just behind the reception, so the real heart of the hotel. And then the Stag, which is just upstairs next to the lounge and bar.
Fantastic. So a lot for people to explore here.
Absolutely.
So shall we go and have a look around?
Yes, please.
So Byron, the New Park Manor is part of the luxury family hotel collection.
We are, yes. So that's 5 properties that are spread along the south coast. So we have our flagship, which is Foy Hall, which is located in Foy above a beautiful town sitting right on the hill. We've got Moonfleet Manor, which is just on the Jurassic coast. Obviously New Park in the heart of the New Forest. We also have Woolly Grange, which just reopened after refurbishment in Bradford-on-Avon. And then we have the Eckworth, which is due to close shortly for its major refurbishment, due to reopen next year.
Wow. Okay. So much going on.
Yeah.
And it's such a beautiful small collection of hotels,
Very
yet
much so.
obviously make a big impact. Tell us about this New Park Manor.
Sure. So as we're part of luxury family hotels, we are family focused. So our resident is all about families. But we're 25 bedrooms, so there's 13 available in the original manor house. And then we've got 2 additions that were done over the years. So we've got 8 bedrooms in the middle with a cinema and a den because we offer Ofsted rated childcare as part of our guest stay. And then we've got 4 rooms just above the spa, which has a hydrotherapy pool, indoor pool, 2 lovely hot tubs just on the decking. So you can see all the deer and stuff and the gardens and that kind of thing as well. And 5 treatment rooms. And we've just launched Elemis this week, which is very exciting. And we've actually just put on a new treatment called a Japanese head spa, which has proven to be really, really popular. We've got pool, we've got table tennis, 3 arcade machines. We also do a cinema showing, so there'll be one at 6 and one at 8, where we'll do little bags of popcorn and guests can just use the space really to relax. Because the great thing about it is, it connects straight into our restaurant.
Ah, fabulous. Wow. Look at that, hey? So parents can eat and kids will be in it.
Absolutely. So what you'll find is the children will have their food.
Okay.
They'll run off and play or watch a movie. And then the parents can just relax and enjoy themselves, knowing that their child is literally just next door.
So tell me a bit more about the children. What sort of ages do you get here?
So we will take children from newborn all the way up, really. The den tends to operate at around about 8 years of age, but there's plenty at the New Forest office for older children and teenagers and as well. And, obviously the great thing about is the spa, and they can utilize that because we are really family focused.
Now, we know that kids are quite fussy when it comes to eating.
Yes.
How do you address that?
Yes, so we have a wonderful children's menu, which has plenty of options. But what we also do is our main a la carte menu will do half of the portion if a child would like to have from the adults menu, because they can be, as you say, quite discerning and they want to have what mum and dad has too.
I love how you say it's discerning. Kids are so lucky. Right. Okay. I mean, it's fabulous the way that it's been designed in here, in the dining room. What was the concept? What was the thought behind this?
So very much pot and shed.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to have the same patina, the same feel. So lots of plants, lots of fantastic artwork on the wall, really just to bring it through to a nice little eclectic mix and to kind of soften, because this area sits in the sun all day. So we wanted to make sure that it was a great space for people to be able to relax. So really from breakfast all the way through to dinner, especially in the summer.
Again, this is it like a conservatory kind of thing? It's all glass?
All glass, very much so, which kind of brings in that whole pot and shed vibe.
Dare I ask, the idea of sustainability, keeping warm, heating, how sort of do you have to address that within a building like this?
So we have windows at the top, which will open to let some of the heat out, but we also have an air conditioning system if we do need to use that. And then there's underfloor heating as well, which you only have to leave on very low because, as I say, it sits in the sun for most of the day.
Okay, so it's really self-heated, heated solar power. Loving it. That's wonderful. And I just love all the different, every chair, every table has a children's dining seat in here.
We'll also put the children's name as well, just to make sure that they're feeling just as special as
Oh,
everyone
God
else.
bless. Oh, I love it. Oh, fantastic. So, Byron, I mean, the New Forest, it is a phenomenal place. It's a place I grew up in, actually. How long have you been in around the New Forest?
So I've been here for 4 years now. I was in Southampton a little bit before that, but with New Park now for 4 years, seen it through its refurbishment. It's such a beautiful place. It's a great space. We're right in the middle of the forest. You get the trees just over there, and usually you have the deer that will wander past, which is fabulous.
How many deer do you generally have?
Um,
What's a group of deer called?
Not sure. I've no idea.
Got the jokes ready anyway.
But the rare thing that we do have is actually two albinos. So you don't normally have them, and certainly not in a pair. So there's probably about 30, 35, something like that. And they do just wander around New Park Manor Estate.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing them whilst my stay. I just say there's so many different places that you can see and you can do whilst you're here in the New Forest. What are some of the places that you tend to sort of give recommendations to your guests to go and visit?
Leamington is 10 minutes away. So you've got the aspect of the sea, which is just on the kind of edges of the New Forest, which is fabulous. Nice little old town with cobbled streets. And they do a great food festival as well during the summer. Otherwise, Southampton, if you want to go shopping, you've got West Quay. And then there's just so many great places. I mean, the forest itself is a literally 5-minute walk from us. So we would send them that way. And then they can take a nice leisurely stroll into Brockenhurst with a great couple of pubs that they can enjoy, especially in the winter with nice cozy fires and things like that.
Yes, I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's very quintessential English here. Now, I mean, here you've obviously out in the backyard here, your backyard, how dare I call it a backyard? I'm so sorry, Byron.
Not at all.
But it's such a beautiful garden. You must have been quite popular this summer.
Very popular. And this was the first summer that we really had after our refurbishment. So we redid the terraced area.
Okay.
We got a little play area just on the other side of there with a swing and a zip line, which is fantastic. So the great thing is you can bring your children, you can let them run, play in a really safe environment, and then you can enjoy a glass of wine or something great to eat and watch them play.
Excellent. I mean, it is perfect for kids because it is a flat lawn.
We'll have badminton. There'll be a few other things that our den team will bring out through the summer. And then the main feature is the outdoor pool, which is just over there. This is the original house, and there'd been many things. There'd been family home.
Yeah.
When the New Forest was a forest that was very much in part of the Crown lands, they installed a governor and stuff like that here as well, which is quite cool. So we will do adults-only dining from 6:30 in here. So the great thing is what people are able to do is they can get a baby monitor from us. So they can put the baby monitor in the room, and in real time, they can watch their child whilst they're having a great meal.
Fantastic. I mean, one of my first loves is upholstery and soft furnishings. And I have been paying very close attention to all your chairs, particularly here where we've got a mix of leather, but also a wonderful forest print on it.
Yes.
Which I think also plays out into these stunning triple pleat French curtains that you've got on.
Yes.
I've noticed as well, you've got tapestries hanging from the wall. The lampshades, I mean, they're captivating. Must be hopefully tall enough that the kids aren't playing with the dangles too much.
We are family focused, so if they do play with it, it's up to us to have made sure that it was designed with that in mind.
And I guess there's that part of the conversation that you have with Studio Jill to really understand that this is a family hotel. It's got to be robust. It's got to be able to deal with a lot of footfall and wear and tear.
Very much so. So if a child was to start jumping on the sofa, we just need to have made sure that the sofa was designed for that. Not that too many people are jumping on sofas, but that it kind of comes to that whole ethos, and that's where we start from. So it needs to look great. It needs to have top quality, but also somewhere where people can be comfortable. Most especially for families.
I know as we go around, I'll spot a few more of these interiors that I want to talk to you about. But it gives you something to look at on every wall. Which I guess when it is dark and dreary and wet, at least it becomes a destination. It's something to admire and enjoy in itself.
So we wanted the artwork very much to be fun, just like the naked men in the sacks over, behind you. But also as you walk around, you'll see lots of great fun pictures.
I love it. Okay, right. What's next?
Let us go through to the lounges.
Oh,
So this is just where guests can relax with a nice cocktail or game to play. You were talking about taxidermy, so no taxidermy, but we do have our own version of it as well.
I love it. Like, come on, let's take a seat. Let's have a proper chit chat, shall we? Because as you know, I like to get into a mind of a hotelier, hear what's going through your thoughts on a day-to-day basis, because It's becoming challenging, our industry at the moment, particularly here in rural, not only from making sure we got those leisure guests that are coming throughout the year, dealing with the wet weather that we've had quite a lot of, although this summer was phenomenal.
Yes.
But also just the changing competition, cost of living and staffing. So many things, as beautiful fires roar around the background, isn't it, Jess? What are those priorities that are going through your mind here at the New Park Manor?
So New Park has had a really great year. We've been so successful this year, from being able to move our average rate to our occupancy. So we tend to be around about 70%. And then when we get to holidays, we just fill, which is fantastic. So what that means is it's a great experience for the guests, but also does place additional pressures on the team. They're still learning how to operate a newer property from that perspective. So really, it is all about the training, the support that we can offer. Recruitment is getting tougher and tougher every day. We've been very lucky with chefs, which is fantastic. We've got a great head chef, Neil, who's got a great brigade. And then it tends to be more in the other departments, like housekeeping, reception can be quite tricky as well. So for us, it's about getting the right team. So we tend to recruit for personality and train for skill. So what that does is gives great guest experiences, and we just want to hang on to our team. So it's all about growing, developing them, and making sure they've got a great supportive environment.
And you've been very conscious of the weather here.
Yeah.
And very good at being able to make sure that you keep the families occupied while they're in the building. What are some of the ways in which, other than the cinema room and the spa that you have here, what are some of the other ways that you try to help families keep kids really engaged?
So we'll place games all throughout the property of various different ages, whether it be toddlers all the way up. What we also have is a den. So it's an off-segregated den. So Sophie and her team really look after our guests from that perspective. It's 2 hours childcare. So you get 2 hours childcare per night of your stay. We'll do one session in the morning and one session in the afternoon. So sometimes, we can have up to like 20 kids in there. So they're keeping them really engaged. Lots of fun crafts and activities. They get to play with each other. And what we'll also do is we call it stay and play. So it's like an hour in the afternoon around lunchtime that you can just go in, the children could just enjoy and play as a family, which is great.
What are some of the key things that you've noticed between the two properties and your guests that come in to stay?
Sure. I think what guests really want to do is, time is so precious for them. They just want to come away, have a great experience, not really have to want for anything. So integral to that would be the way that we contact our guests to get to know as much about them as possible. We want to know their dog's name, we want to know their children's name, we want to know their ages, so that we can do little gifts here and there to enhance the family experience. But also we want to make sure we've got everything that they might need that they don't need to bring from home, because if you've got 2 kids and you're loading up your car, the last thing you want to have to do is put in the potty seat and that kind of thing. So we'll have all of that ready to go. So really it is about getting to know your guest before they get here, and then just making sure they have a great stay whilst they're with us.
That's what I love about the luxury family, is the fact that you guys have a big thing about dogs.
We do.
They're a proper part of the family.
They
Even
are.
looking at some of the art that's on the wall here, I've seen a few different pictures that are really focusing around dogs. You've got the dog station out the front to get rid of the muddy paws. Why is that such an important part of a hotel, particularly this one here at New Park Manor?
So what we found is that even those families that are coming away, they want to bring their 4-legged part of the family as well. So whether you've got 2 legs or 4 legs, you're all part of the family, which is fantastic. And because we are in the New Forest, what that means is there's so many wonderful walks. So we welcome dogs. They're part of our real raison d'etre as part of that family aspect. So what we want to make sure is that they're as comfortable as the the humans as well. So we have an a la carte menu, so they can order their own food, and they can go everywhere apart from the spa and the cinema and the den. So, they're welcome in restaurants.
I was going to say, what is the doggy no-nos here? What's the rule?
So doggy no-nos is just that they need to be kept on their leads. Naturally, dogs might want to chase the horses or the pigs or, whatever else might be wandering around the New Forest. No cinema, no den, no spa, no outdoor pool, but otherwise...
What I loved is that in the rooms, there's actually a door handle sign saying dog in room.
Yes.
Right. I think we should go and visit one of these rooms.
Yes. Shall we go and see Henry?
Go on then.
Great. One of my favourite rooms.
Oh, fantastic. That's where I'm staying. Ha ha. So guys, Henry, okay? There's even a key. I love the fact that there's a key, a proper key. You're not going to lose this key. I love this separate space that you've got here. Not to mention, obviously, the soft furnishings.
Yes.
But these integrated bunk beds.
So these were made bespoke for us. We wanted to make the most of the space that we have available to us. So we wanted also an area that the children can have for themselves. But when guests are going out for dinner, we wanted to be able to separate as well. So that's why we've got this nice thick curtain that you can just pull across. What we also do is we'll hide a little treat or a little gift for the child. And then as part of our rooming, we'll explain to them, there's a little surprise for you to find.
Excellent.
Yeah.
The bathroom, again, you got that sort of traditional vintage sort of feel to this room.
Then the bedroom, which is really fabulous area for you to relax. And then one of the main attractions are the deer.
But tell us a bit more about sort of the development of this building and how it became an extended hotel and what you've done in the refurbishment.
Sure. So the two additions have been done kind of over the last 15 years. And then what we noticed was that we just needed to re-inject some of the life back into New Park. Very much so, what happens, kind of time kind of goes on and things get a little bit tired. So we were very lucky that our owners are very much supportive of the business. So we spent about £7 million refurbishing.
Wow.
So we did the middle section and the spa section, all public areas first. So we reopened on Good Friday, chasing the builders out at the same time. No, last year.
Oh.
So we had a little bit of time with it.
Okay.
And then the manor came back because we needed to do a little bit more sensitively.
Yeah.
Came back a little bit later. But one of the great fun additions is we've also got our bespoke wallpaper. So that was illustrated specifically for us. And it's meant to be Wind in the Willows, Alice in Wonderland, whimsy.
I was feeling that. I was guessing that, absolutely. Especially with the frog there, and I can spot something from Alice. The rabbit.
You got the rabbit. So time you look at it, you'll find something new to focus on.
Now, just tell me a bit more about yourself, Byron, your background. How did you first get into hospitality?
Oh, I fell into it, to be honest. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do when I finished school. I wanted to be a doctor, but then I was told I'd need to study for the rest of my life. So I thought that didn't sound too fun. So what I did was I took 2 years off, opened a big book of university degrees, came across hospitality and thought, well, I love people, so that will be fun. And the rest is history, really. So I've worked in lots of great cities like London, Cardiff, Manchester. I've done a brief stint in the Caribbean. Yeah. So I started off in rooms. So I'm a roomie and have been able to grow my career under some really fantastic general managers and with some really wonderful owners as well.
Excellent. So managing 2 hotels. Yes, that must be very interesting with 2 different teams and also trying to keep that motivation and maintain a culture and to really progress as well.
Yes. So it is a tricky dynamic, so I've been doing that role for a year now. And it's one that I really, really love and have got used to and grown into. I'm supported by 2 fantastic teams, which really do all the hard work. And I just kind of come in and complicate things sometimes. So, I've got 2 fantastic hotel managers and house managers as well, which kind of look after the day-to-day. And really, we kind of work mostly collaboratively. So it's all about understanding the brand, why we're here, what success looks like, and ultimately where we're going and how we're going to get there.
What advice do you give to anybody who's looking to sort of climb the ladder in hospitality and persevere and perhaps, become someone like yourself one day?
Sure. So hospitality, I think, still has that element of it's not a career, which, to be honest, I'm not quite sure why, because it is such an exciting industry to be in. I know lots of people that have started off in as a receptionist and gone off to be sales directors, because you do really get that aspect of being able to see lots of different exposure. Chefs, for example, don't have to be stuck in the kitchen. They do get out and they become general managers in their own right as well. I know a really great general manager that started off as carpenter and maintenance. So, the world really is your oyster when it comes to hospitality. And I would just say embrace it. It is hard work, but it's so rewarding. I never thought when I was studying that I would be able to work on a really exclusive island and, fly around on a private jet if that's what you kind of wanted as well. So, there are just so many opportunities that you can take advantage of. Or if you want to stay in reception, they're fabulous careers where you get to work with a great bunch of people. But ultimately, it's about making great guest experiences.
Tell me about sort of training programs, because are they coming to more of existence now? Is there more of a need to have a bit of clarity and framework around people's professional skill development?
Yes. So naturally, in any kind of hospitality operation, we'll do a lot of on-the-job training. Luxury family is really lucky. We've got our own leadership and development manager. So she will come and do lots of trainings in each property. We've got a food and beverage manager, which will focus very much on the whole food and beverage training in conjunction with our hotel teams. We utilize the apprenticeships as well, which is fantastic, whether it be, level 2, level 3, level 4. We've got some great success stories of team members that are still with us that have kind of gone through that journey. We've just launched something for our heads of department called Lead the Way. So it's really about making sure that they've got the right skills to be a success. And how do we manage people? How do we manage ourselves, which can be quite important as well.
Yes.
And then naturally, there are other industry programs that we like to make sure that we're involved in, whether that be the Master Inn Holders Aspiring Leaders Diploma. I mean, I've just recently done a scholarship with Cranfield as part of that program, so I'm really happy to have done that. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you to Byron Fiddler, the hotel manager at New Park Manor, for his time in not just this interview, but also in hosting the inaugural event of the Roundtable Roadshow, Hospitality Discussions, where we met with 17 hoteliers from across the New Forest and the local area to dive into cost and compliance, revenue and marketing, operational efficiencies, and staff and guest experiences. You'll have a chance to be able to hear what they had to say and what we were discussing in future episodes of this podcast. So keep subscribed and look out for the latest episodes. Thanks for listening. I'm your host, Ryan Haynes.
For more, go to Travel Market Life. The music sensation by Zach Nelson is reproduced under license from Storyblocks. Travel Market Life is a Haynes Marcoms digital marketing agency production, serving the travel and technology industries.